挽回そうザビマン勝たせてもらうぜそうザビマンセゲット
花が咲くってのはこの地が平和に保たれてる証だ。おとなしく手を引けば見逃してやっても逃げ切れたらの話だな。
Yo, what is going on, guys? This is your boy the Death Smasher, and welcome back to another Bleach Brave Souls video. And today we are back again with another Who Is Better video. But before we begin the actual video, I want to give shoutouts to Absolute K for lending me his account. Without his help, I wouldn't have been able to even make this video to begin with, and I wouldn't even be able to compare Toshiro and Renji. So I want to thank you again for giving me this opportunity to be able to compare these characters on video, while also testing out the damage that they can dish out. So yeah, thanks again, and now, without further ado, let us begin. So we are going to be comparing the brand new Steampunk Toshiro, aka Machine Society Toshiro, aka Overlord 2.0, up against 1000 Year Blood War Renji, who is still the numero uno Aranker killer for power, considering he's literally the only exceptionally amazing Aranker killer for power. Like, okay, we have Armored Yoruichi, but she doesn't have a full screen third strong attack, nor does she have a full screen special, so she's kind of more relegated to GQ. But other than that, this unit takes the cake. But can he still keep his place? Because we now have this Toshiro. So anyways, the thing that we are always going to be doing at the start of the video is that first, we're going to go ahead and take a look at their stats and skills, and then I'll show you guys how I built up both of the characters, and then we'll take them onto a 5-star raid, so that way we can actually compare the kits and see who does the most damage and which is the character that has the more versatile kit and which one works better. But anyways, let's just go ahead and begin. So starting off with Renji, he is just a regular Soul Reaper, not a captain, which is already pretty good, so he will not have Captain Killer in a lot of raids such as Inheritance Zone, considering Inheritance Zone itself mainly has Captain and Hollow Killer for when it comes to enemies attacking you. And yeah, even though he is going to be affected a bit more in Droplet Zone, in Inheritance Zone, it's not as much of a problem, fortunately. But now let's just go and take a look at his stats and skills. So he's got 1059 stamina, which is still good to this day. Attack at 652, which is still above average, which is nice for an SP character. He's got a defense of 350, focus at 328, which is somewhat low compared to today's units where they normally get around 360 focus, but you can fix that with Transcendence, really. And he's got an SP of 751, which is still pretty nice. It's still high up there, even though a lot of units nowadays get around 780 to 790 spiritual pressure in total. But it's still good regardless. So he's got strong attack recharge minus 12%. And now as we go ahead and take a look at his attacks and his skills. Now one thing to note is that he's got no status ailments, and his third strong attack is a charged strong attack. But have no fear, because this unit has Havoc. So once you charge up the third strong attack completely, his radius goes up to 1080, which is beyond full screen, and you will be able to get more enemies and be able to kill them a lot faster once you have charged up the third strong attack. And his special also has a chance to insta-kill. Now, I would have preferred if he had status ailments, but insta-kill still works nicely for when bringing him, especially onto Senkamen quests. Like, here's an example. Are you doing a really hard floor, you only have 10 seconds left, and you only just got to the boss? Use the special. Have it inflict insta-kill, and if it doesn't work, just reset the app and just keep on going until you manage to inflict insta-kill. That's all there really is to it. But anyways, in terms of skills, he's got 20% Bruiser, Devastation at 40%, Long Reach at 20%, Havoc 20%, Frenzy, and Sprinter. So yeah, not a lot of skills considering he did come out 2 years ago, which is a big difference considering that back then, units could only get up to 6 skills. Or compared to now, it's basically up to 8 skills. And now, let's just go ahead and take a look at this new Toshiro. Now, of course, Toshiro has better stats than Renji, minus his attack and defense, which is slightly lower. Now that being said, this unit is a Soul Reaper / Captain affiliated unit, so he is gonna have a bit more of a disadvantage compared to Renji, because there are a lot of inheritance zones where enemies have Captain Killers, so yeah, you may want to be able to pick which fights are good for you, if you want to be able to survive a bit more with Toshiro. Just saying. But anyways, let's just go ahead and take a look at his stats and skills. He's got 1088 stamina, already really high, really good. 645 attack. It's still good despite being lower than Renji's, because it's still above average and does work out in our favor. Defense at 349, it's only behind by 1 point, like, can you really complain? Focus at 360 and an SP of 790, so again, better stats, and he's got strong attack recharge minus 12%. And now, as we take a look at his attacks and his skills, he's got weakening on all of his attacks. And his skills, he's got a 20% bruiser, he's got a 20% berserker, he's got devastation at 40%, he's got frenzy, he's got debilitator, he's got sprinter, and he's got guard break. Now overall, Toshiro in terms of stats and skills, it's looking pretty good, but I'm gonna be real here, I feel like guard break isn't exactly necessary for units that are melee and have a rancor killer. The reason why I say this is because all rancors in general don't have melee guard. And I feel like this was just a throwaway skill just to put in, just to make the character a bit more OP. Like, yes, it's going to be useful against the likes of Holos and Soul Reapers, but why have guard break when you have no problems with dealing mainly against Arankars? You're mainly going to be bringing this unit in raids where Arankars are the enemies. The only other exception is Sinkaimon quests, where if you don't have a captain with a Soul Reaper or Holo Killer, you can still use this Toshiro, but that's just about it, really. I feel like guard break was a bit more of a throwaway skill, and he could have gotten Havoc. Okay, so one thing that I forgot to point out in my initial recording video is that Toshiro did have a slot left, considering he only has 7 skills, instead of the standard 8 skill cap that normally a lot of units in the game have today. So he had the potential of having both guard break and Havoc, but for some unknown reason he was just left as is with only having 7 skills. So I do apologize about that, but I'm still gonna stay true to my opinion about how I don't think guard break is beneficial for a melee character that has a rancor killer. Now, if Toshiro were a ranged character, then no discussion there. Arankars don't have melee guard, but they do have a ton of range guard in general. Also forgot to point out that Toshiro does have a 20% berserker in his skills, so he will be doing more damage than Renji for the most part, mainly on his first strong attack and his third strong attack, not comparing Renji when fully charged. But that's just my personal opinion. You guys are free to view however you want, whether they did justice to give him guard break or not. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I built up both of the characters. The lengths, vastly different, however the accessories remain exactly the same. Badge, Pill, and Tension Tai all with 30% SP, and Spirit Society Byakuya and Rukia who have their SP at level 5, and Toshiro without an SP increased stat. I don't know why he didn't give it. I don't know why Absolute K did not give him an SP stat on him, but I'm not gonna judge or complain him. It's his account. He's free to do however he wants to do it. I just built up the characters the way I see fit. That's all. And now, as we go and take a look into Toshiro. Now, as for Toshiro, Badge, Pill, and Attention Tai all with 30% SP, so the accessories are exactly the same, and Nemu and Waiichigo who have a level 5 SP stat increase, and Mila Rose with a level 1 SP stat increase. So yeah, I managed to equally balance out the stat increases for when it comes to the link slots, even though it was somewhat difficult. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of was, but hey, look, I'm still grateful I was able to even get the opportunity to compare these units to begin with. But anyways, in terms of overall SP, here's what they have. Toshiro still has a higher SP. He's got 2,398, almost 2,400, and Renji still has 2,328. Still pretty good and high out there. Now that we've seen how I built up the characters, it is time to go ahead and hit up the Grimmjow raid. So I will see you guys in a good minute. Okay, so here we are in the actual 5-star raid. Now before getting into the damage test, we are going to be comparing the kits first of all. So starting off with Renji. Now Renji does have a bit of an advantage compared to Toshiro because he does have long reach, so a bit more range in his normal attacks. However, his last string becomes range collision. It's basically a 40% mag pushback, which can be good or bad. It's great for pushing back enemies, but not great for when it comes to doing a NAD build on this character for single player quests. As for Toshiro, he lacks long reach. However, on the other hand, he still has 100%, 100%, 100%, 120% into his attacks. So at the very least, he will be able to hit a bit more consistently compared to Renji. And yeah, I think that Toshiro still has the better NAD string despite not having long reach. And now, let's just go ahead and compare their strong attacks. Now, Renji, his first strong attack is a lunge. Really nice, has insane range, and is able to get everything. And he will even be able to hit from the back. As for Toshiro, it is a range strong attack. 120% mag, really nice. He doesn't have Havoc, but it's more or less the same range as Ulquiorra's second strong attack. Steampunk version, of course. So yeah, it's still a pretty good strong attack, but I think that Renji has the better first strong attack. I'm trying not to be as biased as possible. Now, as for Renji's second strong attack, he's got more or less an AoE attack, kind of semi-full screen strong attack. I don't know how to describe it, but basically, you get close to the enemies, activate it, and you will be able to take out enemies in an instant. While Toshiro's second strong attack, he's basically got himself somewhat of a small vortex. It's more or less, how do I put it? Spirit Society Grimjaw's second strong attack, where it basically gathers up enemies and explodes. However, the mags are quite reduced on his second strong attack, which can be quite a hit or miss. I'm gonna be honest here, but we'll take a look at the damage. Now, Renji, of course, he has a charged strong attack. Now, if you don't charge it, I think it's around 750 radius or something like that. But when you fully charge it, like I stated before, it becomes 1080 radius. So it becomes full screen and you'll be able to take out everything that is in your way. Just like that. As for Toshiro's third strong attack, it's 975 radius. Yes, I don't think it's amazing as Renji for when you fully charge it up. But 975 radius is still much better compared to having a 900 radius third strong attack that a lot of other units have, like Mangamayuri. But yeah, that's basically their kits in a nutshell. Now let's just go ahead and compare the overall total damage. Now Renji, he does around 4,000 damage. Toshiro, 4,100. Hold on, I want to see that again. Hold on. Yeah, he does 4,000. Okay, let me see it again. Okay, there we go, and I see the damage difference. He does 4,800, as we can see right here. Yeah, almost 5,000, and again, it's a beam move, so yeah. Now, it can be quite a debate between whether Renji has the better first strong attack or Toshiro does, because let me be honest here, his first strong attack can be somewhat narrow. As you can see, I did not manage to take out all of the enemies, but it does have quite a good range. I'll say that much. And now, second strong attack, 5,000 damage, easily managed to take him out. Toshiro's second strong attack, on the other hand, yeah, the damage is kind of reduced here considering it is somewhat of a vortex attack. Not exactly 100% vortex like Canfion or Baragan or Spirit Society Rangiku, but it basically gathers up enemies and explodes. Similar to Kokuto's third strong attack. Again, can be somewhat a hit or miss, but at least it's able to take out enemies. And now Renji, let's just compare the base one. 4,307, 5,012. So yeah, I will say this. Toshiro is doing much better damage compared to Renji in all of his attacks minus the second strong attack. Like Renji, he will be able to excel just fine with all of his kit. And Oh yeah, I have not even done the third strong attack when it's fully charged. Like, hold on. 8,000. 8,000. Let's see you do that with Toshiro. And help it become full screen. Now, that being said, like I said, not a lot of people are going to like Renji's third strong attack being fully charged. But yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like this is tied, because at the end of the day, it all comes down who you like the most. It really does, because, like I said, Toshiro's second strong attack can be a hit or miss, and Renji's third strong attack, not a lot of people are going to like characters that have a charged strong attack, because a lot of people have different mixed opinions about it, how people don't like to charge it. Like, yes, it does hit the strength of a special, but people want to be able to activate the third strong attack instantly without having to worry about charging it. And of course, another thing to keep in mind is that Renji has no status ailments, while Toshiro has debilitating, weakening on all of his attacks. And of course, Toshiro has a lot less range in his third strong attack compared to Renji. Now that's, of course, without charging it. But yeah, it all comes down to who you like the most. Do you guys like Renji better, or do you guys like Toshiro better? Because I'm gonna be real here, now that I really did get my hands on Toshiro, I take back of what I said about this unit. I thought he was just going to be a Vortex character, but no, he's actually a pretty good character. But do you need this Toshiro? Not really. If you have Renji, you're good to go, but it's not that you need this Toshiro. You actually want this Toshiro. I'm sorry, but that's just what I think about this character. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this Who is Better video. It's more or less a tie between these two characters. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next forthcoming videos. So yeah, peace out, lads.